Chizari, and this is my colleague Ilyass Tabiai. We are going to host a webinar together. In this webinar, we will discuss the main issues in the present publishing system and introduce you to our new project which aims to solve these problems by modernizing the scientific publishing. The project that we are developing is called Colper Science. Colper is short for collaborative peer review, and the main goal of the project is to advance the publishing system towards a modern and more efficient system, which I will explain in details what I mean by a modern and more efficient. First, I'm going to introduce ourselves and give you a brief description about our background. Then I will talk about the issues with the present publishing and the story behind how I got informed about it. In the end, I will describe what are our solutions to these problems and how the system we are designing functions. Regarding my background, I completed my bachelor degree in Iran in the field of material engineering. Then I moved to France and completed master's and Ph.D. at the University of Strasbourg. My Ph.D. was mainly on the synthesis and catalytic applications of carbon nanomaterials such as carbon nanotube and graphene. Then I moved to Canada and did a postdoctoral fellowship on the synthesis of carbon nanomaterials and their application in the field of composites at the University of Calgary. After that, I moved to Montreal and work on 3D printing of conductive nanocomposites at Polytechnique de Montreal. About Ilyass, he obtained a mechanical engineering diploma from Arts et Métiers Paris in France. Then he moved to the United States and completed his master's degree at the University of Georgia. Right now, he is doing a PhD at École Polytechnique de Montreal, where we met each other. He has great programming experience in the fields of natural language processing, machine learning, and data analysis. He's a part of NALI's team, which developed a project on live computing the media presence of French presidential candidates. Ilyass will be more focused on the programming and tech side of the project, and I will be more engaged in product management. My first experience with scientific publishing goes back to the year 2008, when I realized that there was a price tag on my first article that was just published. I got really surprised when I found out that no portion of this sale will go back to research or to the authors, and it all goes to the publishing journal. Later on, I found out that not only the authors receive no payment for the published article, they can also get charged for different options, such as for color figures, high-resolution PDF, or to make the article open access. So imagine for an article with 4 color figures with high-resolution PDF and open access, it will cost an average of $1,600 to $5,000, which might be okay for a rich lab, but it can be tough for labs with a limited budget. We also designed the cover page, and instead of getting paid for that, we pay to the journal to contribute the cost of printing. We accept all these conditions because we need to publish preferably in high impact factor journals for different reasons. For example, to complete our PhD studies or to get academic jobs, grants, or tenure. And journals take advantage of this situation as much as they can. It is also interesting to know how money circulates in research and publishing. Basically, the researchers come up with an idea, then they conduct research to obtain useful data. A good portion of research is funded by government grants, which comes from taxpayers' money. But in the end, in order to publish their results in a high-quality journal, they should release the copyright, usually, to the publisher. The journals get the work of authors and reviewers for free. Now, if the public wants to access to the article, they must pay again, directly or indirectly, to the journal. In case of open access, it is usually the authors who should pay to make their article open to the public. Well, this system made more sense at the time when the printed version of the articles was more important than the online version. Now the system is not logical anymore, but since the top publishing houses make billions of dollars per year by maintaining the system, it still exists. Although I knew about these issues in publishing system, I was ignoring them for a while, thinking it's not my responsibility to change the situation, until I was informed about the open access movement and activists such as Aaron Swartz, Peter Suber, Lawrence Lessig, and Stephen Harlow. Then I thought, what can I do to improve the publishing system towards a more open and efficient system? A system with open access publications without charging the authors or the users, transparent peer review to eliminate unfair judgments on the publications, evaluation of the articles instead of evaluation of the journals and the impact factor system, which is common these days, evaluation of reviewers based on their comments, and system for data validity and reproducibility checking. I developed the initial ideas and discussed them with university professors, librarians, researchers, and entrepreneurs to design a practical system. What I'm going to present now is the system which is resulted from these discussions. In the present publishing system, the author submits the article to the journal, it goes to the editor. Editor decides if it's suitable for the journal, then the editor sends it to the reviewers, and reviewers get back to the authors. And this process from submission until publishing takes an average between 3 to 9 months, depending on the field of study. Between these people, authors and reviewers are usually not paid. The editors are usually paid. And there might be some costs for the authors also. In the system that we are developing, there is no editor, and there is no cost for the authors neither. It's a platform that puts the authors in contact with the reviewers. The reviewers are the members who are interested in submitted articles. So when an article is submitted to this platform, there will be a notification sent to the users who are interested in the keywords or subject of the article to come and take a look at it. Open access is the main feature that changes the whole peer review and publishing processes. When an article is submitted to this platform, everyone around the world who has access to internet can see it. It will provide a proof for the authors to prevent the others from copying their work. And due to the Creative Commons license, people can easily share and discuss the content of articles. Those who are knowledgeable about the article will comment on the article, and the comments will be used as reviews. When the number of reviewers are like 2 or 3, it's easy for the authors to go through the comments and do the related modifications. But if the number of reviewers is like 20 or 30 people, it will be hard for authors to go through all the reviews. So there will be a smart sorting system that can sort the comments based on the importance of the comment or the proficiency level of the reviewer. For example, the comments of a university professor will show up before the comments of a Ph.D. student. After the article gets accepted to be published, members can rate the article. There will be 2 types of rating, public and experts. Experts are usually the professors and R&D researchers with high quality publications. This rating can give a good insights about the quality and importance of the articles, which might be good replacement for the impact factor system. So basically, we are developing an interactive platform which connects the authors to the reviewers, providing open access publications. We will use a rating system to show the quality and importance of the articles. Since it is an interactive platform, researchers can share their experience while trying to reproduce the published data, which will be used as data validity checking. Reviewers will get positive and negative points based on the positive and negative reaction of members to their comments, which will be used to show the proficiency level of the reviewers. Regarding the business model, we will try crowdfunding, grants, and possible investors in the same order, to obtain the initial funding to develop the platform. After that, we will offer two different services to have an income source. The first one is by connecting the researchers to research suppliers. So this system will help researchers to find a suitable equipment or material for their research, and also to help the suppliers to understand the need of researchers. The other service we will offer is data analysis on the articles in order to update the researchers with the latest publications related to their field of study. At the beginning, it might be difficult for academia to accept such an open publishing platform because it's very different than the usual publishing system we are used to. So our plan is to start with preprints, postprints, and already published open access articles to warm up the system and make it popular. I believe in time, when the benefits becomes more evident, it will bring the acceptance of academia eventually. Since this platform is free to the public, if it gets successful, it might push the other publishers to open their scientific content to the public, which will have a great impact on research in different fields. For example, medical care for finding new treatments for diseases or finding solutions regarding environmental problems, and also technology for entertainment, which will be beneficial for researchers and also the general public. In the end, I would like to thank all those who are helping us develop this project. If you'd like to contact us or like to get updates about the project, you can be in contact with us throughout Twitter, Facebook, or email. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, feedback, suggestion, please write it in the chat box at the right corner of this screen, and I will be glad to answer you. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see. Well, I guess I'll start with a question.
Yeah.
So, first question I have regarding the project is you showed images of the website now, how it would look like, the features it will have. Can you tell us more about the roadmap, the development of this product? Is it ready yet? When will it be ready? What's the plan currently?
Actually, it's not ready yet, but we will have crowdfunding first. In 2 months, we will have a crowdfunding for the duration of 2 months. Then, after 6 months of this crowdfunding, we will have the first version of Colper Science out, which will be our first version coming out.
Okay, so to answer the question we have right now, there is no demo yet, but it should happen pretty soon.
Yes,
right.
In a range of like about 10 months, you will see the first version out.
Okay. Next question is about the sorting system.
Yes.
So you said that people will be able to comment any kind of article, and there will be a smart system based on proficiency levels that will sort out the comments in order to show the most relevant one at the top. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes, actually, members can comment on the article, and the other members can give value to this comment. They can upvote or downvote the comments, and based on these upvotes and downvotes, the comment will have a value, which will help the authors to go through the comments easily, to start from the most important ones, which had like more positive reaction of the other members. And also, it will give positive or negative points to the reviewers. So it will motivate the reviewers to comments, to put like useful and valid comments instead of useless comments. So because they will get positive points for that.
Okay, but how can you be sure that this system will not be taken over by, for example, some researchers who will ask groups of friends to comment positively on their comments or to help?
That's a very valid question. Every member will have like a profile with affiliation, and if somebody reports a member for a bad behavior, we will check out to see if that person is registered under a real ID. And also, we will try to find the patterns behind the rating or upvoting, downvoting. And we will show them these patterns to the public. That, for example, imagine if there is this pattern that all those who are rating high for this article are somehow related to the authors. We will just show that there is this pattern under this rating.
Okay, that seems transparent enough.
Exactly.
So next question is about collaboration. So it seems like a big project with a lot of different things to do and big problematics to work around. So if someone is interested in helping or participating in the project somehow, how would that work? What can they do? How can they join us?
Yes, we would like to grow our team, and they can easily contact us through our Facebook or my email that is written here. And we will see what are the motivations and what part they are good at, they want to collaborate, and we will move from that part.
Okay, so very quickly, the email is Kambiz, Kambiz, at colperscience.com.
True.
And the Twitter, if you have any questions after you watch this video, whenever, just tweet us at Colper, C-O-L-P-E-R, _ science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E. Let me see some other questions. So also, for example, I've been receiving a lot of emails from ResearchGate, Academia, Authoria, and some other websites, mostly finishing in IA. But what's the difference between all these websites showing us right now that allow a researcher to upload his research and create a profile and interact with other researchers, and what you are talking about here and trying to develop?
Yes, actually, first of all, we are focused on the articles. Those are mainly for social network for researchers. And also we are changing the publishing system. We're proposing a new business model and new functionality of the.
Okay. So I have another question about something you were talking about earlier. So how would you check, because earlier we were talking about checking that that person really says it is the person he or she is when they are commenting?
Yeah.
How would you check that? What tools do you have at your disposal to check that someone is really who?
I really understand this concern. If they are connected to a university, it's much easier because the email address shows that this person has this email address related to this university, so we can contact their office and see if that person is registered under that ID. If it's like general email, we will get other contact information such as affiliation that they where they are working, office number, and we will go from that.
Okay. Let me see if we have any other questions. So yeah, I think one last one, and we'll be done for the questions for now at least. Maybe we'll get some other questions later through Twitter or Facebook or email. What if an author publishes, because it's one of the big problems in publishing right now. You publish something, and maybe a few months or years after that, you realize that you'd like to modify what you published. If you were able to, you'd go back in time and change the whole thing. Do you have any solution to
that? They can, how can I say, submit an eruption that the errors they indicate in that this part of the article had this problems, and if somebody wants to cite it, they will cite that part.
So a kind of revision version with its own identification number for future citations.
It's separate from the article because we shouldn't mix the citations. It's completely another paper related to that, showing just the errors.
Okay, great. So what's the next step for someone interested in the project? First thing, what do I do?
You can contact us, and we will inform you about the details of this project. And in case if you want to collaborate, we will find that what is your expertise and how it can be a good collaboration with us.
Okay, I guess that's it for the questions. So one last remark: if you just want to have some news about the project, you can always go to colperscience.com, COLPER science.com, and subscribe for our mailing list, where you'll be able to get updates about what we're doing, how the project is evolving, if we need some help for something, and how everything is going. Otherwise, do you have? Oh, we have another question. Last question. So the question is, how would you collect the articles of the same field, and what would be the editing format? So
collecting, you mean before publishing, or collecting from the preprints, postprints, or open access? We can have access to the open CC BY open access publications through archives repositories. And for new publications, they should submit an article. Then there will be like a revision that I discussed how the revision will be, and reviewing and revision. Then after that, they will submit the last version of the article, and from that, people can cite that article.
Okay, but just to more in details about this question.
Yes.
Would you collect articles from one field, like you're from materials?
Oh, okay,
all materials article will be gathered in the same category, or how would the articles be presented? Because journals today.
Yeah, exactly. This platform is free, so there's no like specific subjects that they will publish. They will submit. But every week we will have featuring of on specific subjects. For example, 3 articles on specific subjects like material science, nanotechnology, and we will feature that. But other than that, it's a free platform.
Okay, and there's a question about editing format. So my question to clarify this one is it a platform to edit articles like collaboratively and to write my article, or is it a platform to simply publish or share my article?
Sharing is mainly for submitting, and editing is mainly like reviewing the article. So the reviewing part is a collaborative review, but in the end, it will be the author who decides that it's in a good condition to be published. It is not important to publish in Colper Science. It is important to publish and have high rating. Rating is important. Rating shows the importance of the article.
Okay. Well, I guess one last question about ratings, since you're talking about it. Ratings are really we talk about them a lot in research today, like the H-index and other rating systems. How would Colper Science change the way ratings are working today? Because you can say a few words if you want about the rating systems in research, but how would Colper Science change that?
Rating, basically, it will show that how people thought about that article, and also there will be this behind the rating. If there is any pattern, it will be shown that there is, for example, this pattern under this rating. So if there is any fake type of rating, and if the rating is not very valid, and there is a pattern behind that, it will be shown to be transparent to the world that how the rating on this article was.
Okay, great. I guess that's it for the questions. I'll just double check. We have another question.
Sure.
So this question is about the model itself. The question is, how will you basically make it popular? How will you get people on board? How will this, start up? And also, how will they distinguish Colper Science from all those journals that are popping up all around the world right now and asking people to just send papers, and they're actually bad quality journals without reviews sometimes? we hear about them a lot in research. So how would you convince people to join? And
yes, first of all, it
it
should get popular till people have this motivation to send their paper, because students, for example, they work like 2 years on their article, so they won't really submit it to somewhere that it might not have high value. It will have high value when it's popular and the academia system accepts this. And as I said before, before it gets popular, we will work on preprints, postprints, and already open access publications. The way that we plan to make it more popular is that first we will feature, like imagine, 3 articles per week. We contact the authors. The motivation for the authors is that they will find more audience for their article. We will find more audience based on other people who are doing research in the same field. And the motivation for the others to come and check that article is because they're working in the same area. And in this platform, they can easily communicate with the authors. And it's an interactive platform that they can ask questions or write a comment, rate it. So they will have somehow fun with the article. And that can, how can I say, motivate people to come and take a look at the same article, the article that is in the same field of their research in that specific week.
So if I understand correctly, it would be a new way to present articles, because I never seen, but I heard that before journals were presented and the articles were in a certain order, and maybe you could even find a link between the articles presented in the same issue. So it would somehow bring back this journal idea, like really journal, not a repository for articles. And also earlier we were talking about offering other services and featuring like data analysis and some other services that might also attract research.
Absolutely, yeah. They can get updated from the researchers that are published in the same area, and it can learn. The machine can learn itself that articles are more useful for what kind of researchers.
Okay. I guess that's it. We'll wait for a few minutes if we have some other questions.
Sure.
Otherwise, I think so. Just a reminder: you can always subscribe to our newsletter by going to colperscience.com, COLPER science.com. Our Twitter @Colper_science, or we even have a Facebook page with some announcements about open access research. Open access articles, open research, and everything related to making science easier and more accessible to everyone. So let's see. Any other question? I think that's it for today. So
thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Do you have any
thank you.
last remark?
Just thank you, and yeah, see you in future.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching the webinar. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.